One day I was 17, and before I knew it, I was 31. As the years go by, I noticed that time goes by quicker and quicker, and the process of growing old is inevitable. As the saying goes, getting old is a choice. But have you ever wondered what actually happens to your loved ones once they are unable to care for themselves and are sent to an old folks' home? The topic of my speech will be about the neglect of the elderly and disabled in modern day institutions and what can be done to improve overall care and quality of life. You may think that these institutions are a good solution to help the elderly or disabled, but how much do staff and management of these institutions actually help your loved one? Are they attentive to the client, or do they sit on their phone all day while getting paid? Are the staff even properly trained? Also, are the supervisor and management aware of any issues, and what are they doing about it? Will they look the other way? According to an article by ABC News, a study from Northwestern University found that home health agencies rarely provide training and may not even require a criminal background check. The purpose of my speech is to bring awareness into these home care agencies that are responsible for the quality of life for your loved one. The three main points I will be covering consist of quality of care by staff, involvement and supportive management team, and resources for elderly and disabled. The main issue here, I think, is lack of teamwork ethic. Without experience or trained staff and supportive and involved management team, it's way more difficult to sustain resources and the standard of living, which is a problem because it's, the health risk and it's super unethical. One cause of the problem is staff working without experience or training. Working with the elderly and disabled adults can be emotionally and physically demanding, and untrained staff may be unprepared for these challenges that come with the field of work, and it could just compromise the quality of care and safety for the client. In a 2012 study published in the Journal of American Geriatric Society found that some agencies recruit from Craigslist and go as far as to lie about qualifications of caregivers just to hire them. The second cause is lack of resources such as community activity, clothing, groceries, and so on. It makes it that much more difficult for workers in the front line to do their jobs. One major issue could be funding constraints, as well as, unfortunately, mismanagement of funds by management. The last cause is what can really destroy the livelihood of the clients, which is just negligence and dismissive behavior by a management team. In the European Journal of Public Health 2019, a study using self-reported data revealed that 64.2% of staff admitted to elder abuse. And that's just only the people that told the truth and were honest about their role in elder abuse. The study revealed also subtypes, which is the highest psychological abuse, then followed by physical, financial, neglect, and then sexual abuse. That's not only alarming for our loved ones, but even ourselves when we finally reach that age. I don't want to end up there, and I don't think you want your loved ones to either. The first solution is to provide training programs covering all aspects of home care, including field training for managers and supervisors, improve recruitment strategies to attract experienced caregivers, and students who need experience or are interested in the field could be helpful. Additionally, maybe even to reach out for partnerships with local businesses and organizations, set up fundraisers, use local resources. So with comprehensive training programs, it can teach incoming staff client care techniques and best practices, safety procedures, emergency protocols, and so on. As for the supervisors, training could also be helpful for them, adding just more management skills, staff supervision, performance evaluation, and just overall knowledge of the client. Providing field training for managers can help them connect with frontline workers and the clients, as well as how to handle difficult situations and address the concerns of staff. Also, if agencies do not have enough funds, it would be helpful to get creative, create fundraisers, car washes, bake sales, use local resources such as food banks, community kitchens, local charities. One major solution, though, as humans can all agree on, is just to treat each other with decency. The elderly and disabled population need your help, And one day it's going to be you sitting in a home calling someone for help, and God forbid you get a negligent staff with a silent management that looks the other way. So what can you do to help? Well, just when looking into home care agencies, really just emphasize the importance of research, select a good agency, make sure their licenses are up to date and everything is verified. Encourage honest feedback, share your experiences to open the conversation for, you know, difficult conversations like these. Um, and, opening the conversation can help advocate for better training programs to enhance skills and confidence in staff. Just, anything can really help as long as the conversation is started. So in my speech, we covered the issue, which is what happens when we get old or when a family gets old and they need to go into these agencies, and the problem, which is untrained staff, negligent, dismissive supervisors, lack of resources. I think it's an important thing to consider because I wouldn't want my mom or dad or brother, grandma to end up somewhere like that without any, proper help. This may not be an issue to think about because you're young, but I think it is important to think about. It's just also a huge ethical dilemma. No human should have to be waiting and calling for help and no one can help them, or staff wondering what to do to help a client when they're not even trained. I think it's just important that we make a change so we could see our elders enjoy their final years. Their life should be lived in peace with dignity and respect.